You're listening to Hotepish with your intelligent-ish talk, intelligent shit talk, where we balance the profound with the profane. Political satire, celebrity and expert guests, information and entertainment, conversation and solutions. Leave your feelings at the door.
Now tuned in to that Hotepish, bring you food for thought. No miss the first dish from the #1 host, Dwwan. Got enough games and jokes that can last about a couple more eons. Vibes on the million, you heard right. Debunking niggas' opinions on music, that shit light. Work being done without breaking a sweat. This that intelligent ish, you need not forget. Dwwan don't debate with hoe niggas. They use I feel as receipts to show niggas. Fat stand tall on opinions. Jokes to emotional haters and their minions. Need to burn one popcorn, get a drink. The Jews in the history is always in sync. Show for the real genie catching a wish. Cause you're now tuned in to that Hotepish. I know you enjoy.
Shouts out to my man Rashad Givens for sending me that. Shouts out to that brother, man. I appreciate you. Dope rhymes. That was dope, man. I appreciate it. Rashad Givens, man, looked out. I like what he put together. He was right. I don't debate with hoe niggas. That was my favorite part of the line. I don't debate with hoe niggas. I show niggas. God damn it. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? We is here. We is here live. Let me get my preaching music on. Oh yeah. There we go. We got people already in the chat room that think they know it all. Nipsey's gang affiliation is what got him murdered. Lord, I swear you niggas. Too many people grew up watching Menace to Society and believing everything the 10 o'clock news taught them. Boy, I feel bad for y'all. I kind of feel it be funny sometimes when I run across people who believe what they hear in the national media. It be sad sometimes, but then sometimes it just be funny as hell. Like, how many times these niggas gonna lie to y'all? And you keep believing them. I'm thinking like, goddamn, people that still believe what they hear on the news, like, these are people that don't understand it's daytime until 2 p.m. on a sunny day. Nigga, it's been day. The sun's been out since 6 this morning, dog. It's 2 o'clock. You just now seeing the sun come out, eh? What's up, Josh Hawkins? What's up, Don Philly? What's up, everybody in here? 100% Rotten Podcast. Shouts out to you. What's up, Elliot Thomas? Yeah, like people over telling something. This is gang related. Please. And even to say it is gang related, because it is gang related on the surface. You know what I mean? Them gang members are controlled behind the scenes by people that work with them folks. Them niggas that's always going in, getting locked up and coming back out. Who in the hell you think they working with? You think they using their own mind? Yeah. What's up, Poppin'? What's up, Mickey Knox? Knowledge Born. Peace to you, my brother. Yeah. But I wanted to talk about this because, like, you know, I just did a broadcast. It's funny. I did a broadcast a month ago. So I'm gonna re-say some things that I said in that broadcast I did about a month ago. But this article came out like 2 weeks ago. So basically, this article came out 2 weeks after I did a broadcast on how the LAPD and how the city of Los Angeles controls and undermines black business. Go ahead and check that out. I think that's the title of it, how the LA undermines black business. And I talked a lot about Nipsey in that particular broadcast, just telling people the politics of LA business and the relationship between the LAPD and the political structure here in Los Angeles, California. So I want to come right back to this and circle right back because I said what I said on that broadcast. And if y'all think I'm bullshitting, go back and listen to it for yourself. I said a lot of things on that broadcast about the Nipsey situation that was literally proved true in this article. I said in that broadcast, I said that there was a team that would how they would raid the Marathon store over and over and over again, and that's why I didn't really go to it that much. I said how they knew he didn't have any guns on that place because of how often that they raided the place. I talked about police sitting out front because I have my homeboy that painted that mural over there at the U.S. Bank on Crenshaw and Slauson. He painted that mural back in 2019 in the months leading up to Nipsey's death. And he told me, he was like, look, man, there was some cops sitting right across the street from the Marathon store every day. But they happened to not be there that day Nipsey got killed. This was all firsthand testimony I gave y'all. Now in this article, it's shit basically proving what I said right. And I remember it was some dirtbags that was going around saying, I remember it was an episode of Craig Facts a few months ago. It was some dirtbags in the chat, because I don't read the chat too often. But shouts out to the Craig Facts chat room. Y'all niggas have gotten a hell of a lot funnier over this last year. So before I criticize anybody, I want to send a shout out to the Craig Factors. Y'all make that show really pop with y'all shit talk. Y'all salute to y'all, like for real, from the bottom of my heart. But it was. I remember it was in one of the shows that we did. I went back and read the comments, and I may go back and read the comments about every 3 months, every 3 to 4 months. Once a season, I go and read the comments. And I remember this one person in particular said that Dwan is always talking conspiracy. Nipsey just got killed, man. That was some gang shit, man. Why Dwan always talking conspiracy? And then this article comes out, and basically everything that I said that certain detractors was calling me a conspiracy theorist for, yeah, they basically said, you know what? That nigga Dwan was right. You dig what I'm saying? No person in the chat room. The only stupid person here is someone saying Nipsey was stupid because Shaq and Magic weren't affiliated with gangs. Nigga, Magic was born in East Lansing, Michigan. They didn't have gangs that were in South Central LA. Shaq was raised in San Antonio. Got traded to LA as an adult. So of course he wouldn't have any gang ties, you idiot. Nipsey was literally born and raised in the area. He's a human before he was a businessman. He went to Hamilton High for a couple years with my wife's sister. I used to see this nigga damn near every day on Slauson and Overhill, Slauson and Crenshaw, Alviso and Slauson, Stocker and La Brea, hustling and selling CDs. Tell somebody that come up a certain way that all of a sudden now that you made it, you can't kick you with people that you came up with. That's somebody that believes white media that made that comment. Time that nigga out again. Don't kick him out. Don't kick him out. Don't kick him out. Just time him out. We're not going to allow too many stupid ass comments up in here today. Especially, what's up, 100 Grand Los? See, 100 Grand, he from LA. He know how this shit goes. LA got his own dynamic, his own politics. And if you weren't born here and raised in South Central, you don't understand it. I don't give a shit if you moved here when you were 5. You ain't gonna understand it. Because if you moved here when you were 5, you probably were put in some area outside of South Central. You're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it if you moved here at 20 and lived straight in South Central. You're not gonna get it. This talk you're getting today can only come from someone who's been in LA for 4 generations like I have. My parents been on this soil now for coming up on 100 years. My great-grandparents. My grandfather, who's still alive, moved here in 1937 as a 13-year-old. My dad was born here. My mom was born here. Both my grandparents met at Jefferson High School. On both sides of, well, on my dad's side, they didn't meet at the Jefferson High School. My grandfather went to Jefferson High School. My grandmother went there. She was younger than my granddad, so she went there at a different time. But on my mom's side, they met at Jefferson High School. Shit. My mom and my dad went to high school in L.A. I went to high school in L.A. My wife went to high school in L.A. Hell, nigga, I graduated college in L.A. Shouts out to Cal State University Northridge. Shouts out to CSUN. Shouts out to Santa Monica College, where I got my AA degree before I went to CSUN. Nigga, I'm born and raised and cultivated in this soil. Dig what I'm saying? So we're going to get into this article a little bit. If y'all want to hear what I said before, go back and listen to my show I did on how LA treats black business, and then listen to this broadcast side by side. And you ask yourself, do this nigga be on point or do he be on point? I only come to y'all and bring up conversations that I know what I'm talking about. If I don't know what I'm talking about, guess what I do? I shut the fuck up. And either I shut up and because I don't feel like figuring out what it is, or if I do want to know what it is, I take time to learn what it is before I speak. That's why I can give you information and then news comes out later on and it confirms what I gave you before the news came out. Because I take my time and I only talk about what the fuck I know I'm talking about. All right, let me go ahead. We're going to get into it. This article is in The Guardian. I have it linked in the description bar down below. If you want to read the article for yourself, I am not going to read every line of the article, but I will read the key points. And then I'm going to do a side-by-side with Google Maps. So I can give you, because what I want to do is I want to show you the areas that they're talking. And then I want to cross-reference that on the map so you can see proximity and understand time and space if you ever decide to come to Los Angeles, California and see these places for yourself. You can use this as somewhat of a tour guide. But it says here, police send patrols to stop people around the Marathon clothing store. Records show, as Hustle's brother tells The Guardian, everybody will get harassed. And that's true. It says here, city leaders publicly mourn the artist and entrepreneur, but it was revealed soon after his death that LA law enforcement leaders had been quietly targeting his businesses with a criminal investigation, alleging it was a site of gang activity. Like, gang activity, how? Like, because I live in LA, man. When you go to places in Koreatown, you know damn well them Yakuza, whichever the fuck Asian gangs run over there. You see them motherfuckers. The Brass Monkey on Wilshire. When you go down Wilshire in between Normandy, like when you go, like it really even started at Western, but really when you get to Normandy and go east for about 10 blocks, all them Korean barbecue spots and karaoke spots, you see them Asian gang members. I don't see the LAPD targeting them though. Hell, when you go to the east side where the Mexicans are, you see they gang members. Because in this article, they do a whole lot of LAPD targeting black and brown. No, this particular area ain't no black and brown. This is like literally the last part of LA. This is the target area. Let me see if I get a better map. This is the target area right here. I'm gonna be scrolling back and forth. This is literally the last parts of LA that's predominantly black. Where you see all these stop signs? See over here is mixed 50-50 Mexicans and blacks. All Mexicans east of that 110. But I would say 40-60 black to Mexican all up in here, right here. But right here in this pocket, this is literally the last part of South Central LA that is the dominant number is black. It's Mexicans in here, but it's still 70% black. And you see where all the stop signs have happened. If this was a black and this is why you can't let the media fool you. If this was a black and brown issue, you would see stops in where my cursor is. You would see stops all up and down this 110 freeway. Because there's a lot of Mexican businesses, especially on Gage. This is Gage right here. Especially on Gage, right here in this area, all that stuff is Mexican business. You ain't gonna find a black business where they selling all kinds of used batteries. Shit, you can get anything. You got stolen. You can get any kind of stolen power tool you want. All the Mexican chop shops, all that's right here. If this was a black and brown issue off top, we will be talking about this whole surface area you see right here on the map. But no, they're targeting here. And this here where you see my cursor, where you see these stops, that's all Crenshaw Boulevard. This is all Crenshaw. Crenshaw and Slauson, Crenshaw and Vernon, Crenshaw 54th. This is all basically 60s hood. When you talk about the rolling, see, let me pull over here to the map. When you see all the stop signs, that's equivalent to this area right here. We're dealing with 60s hood. 60s hood in LA, basically from this area where you see me circling. This is where you see all those stop signs happening. Up here is the black folks with money. Crenshaw High. That's my mama's alma mater. And then you get up in here is where the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Mall is, and Lamert Park, all up in here. So off top, when they hit you with the black and brown stick, they let you know they're equivocating for no reason. They're targeting black people, and the stop signs that they have on their own map is proof. Because literally everywhere outside of this quadrant that they're showing right here is mostly Mexican. This is the last area of black business, predominant black business in LA. You dig what I'm saying? Back to the article. It's saying here, Black Sam, Nipsey's brother and business partner, told The Guardian he did not know of Operation Laser, but was not surprised to learn that the initiative focused on their store and the surrounding plaza. It was a target. See right here, look, here I'm gonna go back. It says, launched in 2011, the program purported to use data to identify chronic offenders and specific locations linked to gun violence and gangs in an effort to extract criminal activity from communities. But critics said the initiative was ineffective and biased, and that it enabled surveillance, racial profiling, and harassment of black and Latino, no, strike that, of black residents. Ain't no real Latino residents over there. Ain't no real Latino presence right there. That's just black. With little oversight in the face of backlash, LAPD discontinued laser in 2019. The year Nipsey died, huh? Okay. And this is no disrespect to the Latinos out there. None at all. But what the media does is it likes to equivocate and soften the blow of white supremacy, racism. Because white supremacy's target, its primary target is and always has been black people. Everyone else is cannon fodder. Your buffer classes. So as a buffer class, you get a little bit of hazing here and there. But the target of white supremacy has always been white on black. Black versus white. Usually people that are in the middle, they got themselves in the middle somehow by coming to this place, because and this country uses people in the middle as a buffer class. But no, they're targeting black people. And it's funny they say that, because over here, back to the map. Now let's tell the truth. This intersection right here ain't never been shit. I'm not gonna lie and say this was just a great place to be. I got a homegirl that got shot right here on Crenshaw and Slauson by a stray bullet because two niggas was shooting at each other and she got caught in the middle. Me personally, this Shell gas station, some of the best gas prices in the city, but I may have stopped there 10 times in my life. Even though I pass this intersection, especially back then, I passed this intersection sometimes 2 to 3 times a day, 6 days a week. But I never stopped at this Shell. It was always some bullshit. But there was always some bullshit going on, especially over here. In this shopping center, from where I was raised, man, this was the closest Popeyes to a nigga's house. Hell no, I didn't go to that Popeyes. There's always some shit going on over here. I never went to this Ralph's grocery store when it was here. I never went to none of these places because this shopping center wasn't shit. There's always some bullshit going on. But the LAPD didn't target this shopping center. Because in this shopping center, you got Bill's Tacos that used to be right here, owned by an Asian. The Buffalo Spot, owned by an Asian. These Asian little run businesses up in here. The Rainbow Store. The LAPD didn't have... It was just as much bullshit going on in this shopping center as over here in the Marathon store. Here you see the Marathon store. It was just as much bullshit. But the LAPD didn't harass these Asian businesses. They only fuck with these niggas right here. It was always some bullshit going over here at this Asian-owned Louisiana Fried Chicken. The LAPD never raided the Golden Wok and the Asian-owned Louisiana Fried Chicken. It was always some shit going on right here. Matter of fact, on this corner you see right here, this corner of this U.S. Bank, this is the mural I told you my homeboy Moses painted. You can't see it here, but one of my people painted this mural that if you go and get a street view, you can see it. He told me when Nipsey got killed, this parking lot right here was where the LAPD, I can't say LAPD, these white men with glasses on in official cars were hanging out all the time right here, observing what was going on here at the Marathon. They never touched the pawn shop, the Chinese store, or the Louisiana. Me personally, do you all know that even though I pass the intersection 3 to 4 times a day sometimes, I've never in my life stopped at this Louisiana Fried Chicken, and I love some goddamn Louisiana Fried Chicken. But I never stopped there because it was always some bullshit. LAPD never fucked with them. They only fucked with what Nipsey had going on. Here, there used to be like a little shoe shine place, a little high-tech cleaners that was right here. I used to go to this cleaners that was right here. Always some bullshit. Slauson Donuts. Hungry Harold's is black owned. Hoodies is black owned. See me, I when I came to this area, I always stopped at Hoodies. And if I had to go to the Marathon store, I'd park here at Hoodies. Because I would never, if I did have to go to the Marathon store, I didn't want to get caught up because the LAPD was always fucking with niggas right there. Matter of fact, let me show you how some of this looks now. Let me show you how some of this looks now. Because I was just over there a couple days ago. This is Drum Circle in the Merck Park. It's Crenshaw on 43rd. This ain't there. But I was going to show y'all. I was just over by Marathon store the other day. Here it is. This picture you see right here, I took this picture from Woody's parking lot. If I'm a contrast what you see right here on this picture, what's in here? This picture was taken, let me see here. Right here. I'm saying like literally right here. Where my cursor is, where I took this picture. No. Did I take it there? Yeah, I was here at Woody's. You got Hungry Harold's and Slauson Donuts and Nipsey, the Marathon store is right next door. That's where I took this picture from. This is how it looks today. As of 5 days ago. This is that Chinese place I was telling you about. Again, I'm telling you all this for a reason. These areas, the reason why I could always, now Woody, Hungry Harold's is black owned and so is Woody's Barbecue. But Woody's Barbecue is an old school, very respected business. They didn't ever fuck with Woody. They left Woody alone. But they would always fuck with Nipsey's spot. This was always going on. Let's go deeper into this article. Mass stops at Crenshaw and Slauson. Yes. When I am leaving Ladera Heights View Park and I'm going to go visit my grandparents down Slauson, nigga, I would always turn right here on West Boulevard. I would always turn here on West, take my ass down to Florence, either go turn down West, or I would usually, if I'm going down Slauson, I would go down 54th right here. 54th, or take Angela's Vista up to Vernon. But you never drove directly across Crenshaw and Slauson. Why? Because being an LA nigga, you knew it's a good chance the LAPD might just pull you over for just going past this intersection. We was talking about this. They talk about this operation starting in 2016. Damn that. Nigga, this is how it was in 2005. This is how it was in 2000. Being an LA nigga, you always knew where and where not to go. So this article right here is so revealing to us, because these are all spots we knew not to fuck with anyway. Later on in here, it talks about how I'm sorry, I want to get to the point where it's talking about it says here, in 2016 paper, the architect of the laser program implicitly argued that LA crime data showed how certain violent crimes are more likely to be located in areas where there's a higher percentage of African American residents. Let me tell you right now, that's some bullshit. That is some bullshit. Because I used to work security back when shit was tough on me real hard. I worked nightclub security in Hollywood for like 2 years. And I got that job from someone who worked in the LAPD. Let me tell you something about LA's highest crime area. And this go back to even back in the days when Nipsey was alive. Where the most bullshit happens is right here. Right here. Hollywood, California. Chinese Theater, Hollywood Boulevard. This is where your nightclubs are. I remember I used to do security here where it says Sound Nightclub. That used to be called Element. And then around the corner was a different club in this parking lot called Ledoux, where this blue tarp is. That was a club called Ledoux. We're talking 2008, 2007. 2009. So when Prince was living out here, and Prince used to sometimes go to Ledoux, see this house right here. It had like a blacked out VIP room, and he would rent that VIP room, and he would just watch everybody partying, and he would just sit in the club. No one knew he was there. I knew he was there because I remember doing security, but no one, and we sworn to secrecy. Prince would come and just sit, and nobody else knew he was there, and just watch and look at what the people are vibing out to and listen. Here, nigga, you want to get shot? You want to get robbed? You want to get beaten? All up in here. Escape Hotel, this used to be called a Geisha House. Scorpion Lounge, where I used to get my free drinks all the time. Nigga, right here is where the most crime happens in LA. Schrader. This is where Carmelo Anthony got his shit stolen. When he came out here for All-Star Weekend, there used to be a club right here on Schrader Somebody waved Carmelo Anthony over to the car. Like, hey, I want to take a picture. So one thing you in LA, don't never walk over to nobody's car. That nigga walked over to somebody's car. They took all his shit. This is the highest crime area in LA right here. Right here. Another reason why they're targeting, I noticed on that thing, they're targeting 60s hood, because a lot of them 60s niggas was money getters. A lot of cats in 6-0s, yeah, they gang, but them niggas really about their money. Your best promoters in Hollywood, some of your hottest nights you gonna get on Black Night in Hollywood, is gonna be promoted by some 60s niggas. These niggas ain't on the streets no more. You know what I mean? They about their money. It's my conjecture. That's another reason why they was targeting 60s hood. It's a lot of money getters out that hood. It's a lot of niggas that's about they money. That went legit. Got straight up businesses out that hood. Club Ivar, man, I done had some of the best nights of my life here. Woo, shit. Woo! But that's another story. Hollywood and Vine. This is where most of your murders happen. I remember one night I was working security back over here in Las Palmas. There's a shooting out front. LAPD came. They asked the head of security, I was sitting right there, like, did anything happen? The head of security was like, did anybody show up in the hospital or in the ambulance? The LAPD said no. They were like, cool, let's keep the crime data down. This is where the money is in LA. You think they're going to tell y'all what I'm telling you right now? You're going to go to Ripley's, believe it or not, and you're in the most crime-ridden part of the city? They're not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you it's down there on Crenshaw and Slauson. No. And let me tell you where, this is a quick segue. If you plan on vacation in LA, let me tell you where it's the hottest right now. Right here. Right here. You want to know where LA is at its hottest? Where people are getting murdered? Melrose and Fairfax. Right along here is at the Melrose Strip where all like the little shops are. Melrose between La Brea and La Cienega. It was this band that like this shoe store right here. It was a brother got shot and killed here about 2 months ago. No, Shoe Palace. A brother got shot and killed there that worked there because it was some new Nike release. And some Mexican killed the brother that was working in the store for breaking up a fight. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're Mexican. This is where everybody come to rob people. Both black and Mexican gangs. And niggas that's in the streets. And white gangs. This is where people come to get robbed. So if you think you in LA and you on Melrose Boulevard, nigga, you only a couple feet. This is Television City right here, boy. This is where they film Bill Maher. This is where they film The Price is Right. Your favorite TV shows are filmed right here. Television City. These broadcast apartments you see right here, this is where Tupac lived when he got killed. At the time of Tupac's death, he lived here in these apartments. Where my cursor is. Hollywood, baby. But Beverly Boulevard is only one main street from Melrose. And this is the hottest area of LA right now. There are no, why am I telling you this, people? Because the whole city's hot. Nigga. But they want to make it seem as if everything bad is going on where the black people live. They want to associate everything bad with the last enclave of black people. Look how far that area is there from Crenshaw and Slauson. They lying. They lying saying there's extra crime over here. No, sir, ma'am. It's extra time over here near the Museum of Tolerance. What you gonna do about that? Nothing. Nothing. Back to the article. See, I'm giving you a perspective that you can only get from an LA nigga. All right? This only strengthens what I told you about how the city of Los Angeles targets black business. Go back and look at that broadcast I did about a month ago. How the LAPD targets in the city of Los Angeles targets black business. Hell yeah, see Vessi. Hell yeah, LA got Asian gangs. LA got, man. Quick segue. I'm glad you made that comment. I'll make a quick little segue. Let's go back to the map here. Here's Koreatown up in here. A lot of your Asian gangs have been effective, and because right here, this Koreatown is where people move to LA and live because it's always cheap ass rent here. So it's very multicultural. But there have been an increase in Asian gang crimes over here. But where the Asians for the most part live, the areas that they patrol and basically own now is out here. Out this way, Hacienda Heights, Diamond Bar, or if you go up here, you're talking about Monrovia, Arcadia. Asians basically bought up Arcadia. They own Arcadia. This city was mostly Mexican 15 years ago. Now it's completely Asian. And you have a lot of home invasion robberies up in that area. Monrovia. There are a lot of home invasion robberies in that area. Why? Because a lot of your Asian businesses are still cash based. Remember, Asians are the ones that they're the ones that are doing these fucking illegal ass massage parlors that don't nobody crack down on. It's rub and tug spots all throughout the city. In LA, Asian massage is synonymous with that's where you go get your dick rubbed. It ain't no task force stopping that down. All throughout the city, whether you're in Torrance, Wilshire area, Culver City, it's Asian massage with these dark tinted windows. And when you see Asian massage, that means rub and tug. So it's a lot of home invasion robbery up in this area because they know them business owners got cash. I have a friend that was a police officer out here in Diamond Bar. Near Diamond Bar over here and this whole area. But I have a friend that was a police officer out here. Hacienda Heights. And he told me flat out. He was like, look, this is a Japanese area right here. The Yakuza are over here heavy. Now it looks nice. It looks aesthetically pleasing. But my friend who's a cop that used to patrol this area, he said if we had an Asian pulled over and like an expensive, like hooked up Lexus came over and pulled up behind us, we knew to let that person go. The Asian gangs, the Japanese gangs got this area so on lock, they won't allow the sheriff to write tickets to certain people or arrest certain people. And if that particular sheriff does do something against the rules in this area, that particular sheriff person can have direct or indirect physical consequences. And when I mean indirect, that means family members. This is something that I heard from a LA County sheriff out of his own fucking mouth. Are you gonna hear that on the news? No. You only gonna hear that from a nigga that was born and raised in LA that got friends from prison to politics. I got people I know that work in the political machine here. I got LAPD friends, Inglewood PD friends, sheriff friends, highway patrol, city council, A-Trays, BPS, 60s, doctors, engineers, lawyers. All them niggas grew up in the Crenshaw district with me. And we all went our different ways. But we still stay in contact. Back to what we talking about. The LAPD. Talks about here the push to evict Nipsey. And I said this before I said it before time and time again. When Nipsey bought that shopping center, I knew it was going to be a problem. Because I saw what they were doing. I was calling the gentrification shit out in LA back in 2014, 2012 was when I started to notice it. 2012 was when it really started to become, I started to notice it. And it became glaringly obvious by 2014. That's what they were positioning themselves to do. Well, Fetty, I always say black people, we're not gangsters. We're inventors. We're geniuses. We're not gangsters. Black and gangster hat is a reaction to the gangster environment. Because let's break this down. Environments mold behavior. Black people had to become gangsters as we moved into cities because cities were being gangster to LA. I mean, to us. And one reason why the gang environment is so big in LA is because of the gang environment that black people who were moving from the South were thrown into. I didn't go back to my breakdown on black business. I did a full breakdown on this already just a month ago. I've already broken this part down. And how you had all these white gangs. I did a whole breakdown on white gangs in LA. Talking about the Surfer Boys, the Lunada Bay Boys down here in Palos Verdes, to the Surfer Boys in Malibu, to back in the day when all the white people lived over here. Alameda was, back in the day, black people could only live west of Alameda right here. All this area over here was white. So all the black people that lived in this area, up in here, Jefferson High School, shouts out to where all four of my grandparents attended. Right here, the school's all Mexican now, but back then it was all black, back in the 30s and the 40s. And the 50s. But this is where black people went and lived. And the gang stuff was a response because all around to the north, white gangs. To the west, white gangs. To the east, white gangs. To the south, white gangs. So black people had to respond. And then when we got redlining was over with and we got to move freely throughout the city, there's always been a gangster presence in LA with the police department. The police have always, when you cross certain borders, certain streets, like over here from when I was raised on the west side. I was raised partially on the east side, partially on the west side. I was raised on both sides. But as I got older and learned how, and I started driving, I was on the west side over here. We knew when we got over here in the Culver City, it was different rules. We knew when we got over here to El Segundo, it was different rules. When you got west of that 405, this 405 freeway is a line of demarcation. You get west of this 405, different set of rules than when you east of the 405. So our gang stuff has been a response. When we're dealing with the Yakuza, you're talking about people who their gangs go back hundreds of years in their home countries. When you're dealing with these Mexican gangs and other gangs, they have home countries these gangs tie into. And they have one more thing. They have the permission of the ultimate gang here in LA, and that's the LAPD. Because like I told you in my previous broadcast about when the LAPD was constructed, mind you, go back and watch that broadcast. I really broke it down. I pulled out books as references. Danger, Duty, Disillusion by author Joan Barker. She was my professor here at Santa Monica College back in the day. And she wrote a book on a 20-year anthropological study of the LAPD. And she talks about that. Shouts out to Santa Monica College. My professor, Joan Barker. Where was that class? That class was over here in this hall right here, Humanitarians and Social Sciences. That's where I took that class, right here in this building. Told you I'm an LA nigga. But in that book, it talks about how when the LAPD was being formed in the 1930s, they didn't want Chicago-style politics run by the mafia, New York-style politics run by the mafia. The city of LA wanted the LAPD to be the mafia of LA. The reason why the mafia and the mob never got a foothold in Los Angeles, California, is because the LAPD was created to be that Gestapo unit, to be the mafia. When you talk about the days before this 110 freeway was constructed, and back in the days, see, the 110 freeway, this eliminated the Broadway strip. See Broadway Boulevard? This eliminated the Broadway business district. And then over here, you had Central. The 110 didn't really affect the Central business district because you see how far Central is from the 110. Central was decimated by the LAPD during the 1940s and 50s. This is where all your jazz clubs were. This is where, if you saw that movie, My Name is Dolomite, they were filming the hotel that they filmed at. This was all black businesses back in the 40s and the 50s. The LAPD during that time, especially during the 60s, was the primary driving force behind getting those black businesses out of there. Here's the Dunbar Hotel. This is where they filmed Dolomite. In the movie My Name is Dolomite, right here. This area was decimated by the LAPD. They would shake black businesses down to the point to where they could no longer make a profit, basically. So a lot of those businesses were sold, and at the time, a lot of people started working for industries over here. This is the food and service industry my dad and my granddad worked in. But my granddad had a business that was over here, and he would tell me how about during the 60s, how the LAPD would shake them down. My granddad had a business over here off Main Street. It's not there anymore, but it was over in this area. And he talked to me a lot. He's still alive, and he still talks to me a little bit about how the LAPD would come in and check in. That's how the Los Angeles Police Department was formed, people. So when you see articles like what's going on right here, they're doing what's already deep in their DNA. So you can read more into this article talking about the deadly record. Look at this, the deadly record in danger zones. And that's another thing. Days that piss me off. Talking about how they hood day is June 10th. 60s hood day was always around my birthday. You be going somewhere. You should be going it. Sometimes I want to go to Kenneth Hahn Park to kick it. See, if you raised in South Central LA, man, you kick it over here at Kenneth Hahn Park. Got little lakes and shit to fish in. You going to go kick it at Kenneth Hahn, and you get there, it'd be a goddamn 60s hood day. You be like, fuck. And I remember one day, I think this is like 2003, 2004, 60s and another set. I forgot the other. I think it was Families. I forgot. But they both had their hood day here at Kenneth Hahn Park. And Kenneth Hahn Park is one way in, one way out. And I felt the energy. I was like, you know what? Let me get the fuck out of here. And I left. Them niggas had a shootout. And I... like, God damn it, why these niggas always gotta have a hood day around my birthday? Shit. But that's another story. You see here, this is a lot I want to point out. They were getting black people over the odor of marijuana. Weed got decriminalized in LA in 2000, people. 2002? They talking about in 2016, more than 10 years after weed was decriminalized? They were approaching niggas in a parking lot over the odor of marijuana? Man, do y'all know when we be in the clubs here in Hollywood? Nigga, when niggas in Hollywood partying, we've always smoked weed in a club. Sitting right there in VIP on the table, my feet on the table, on the chair, sitting up, smoking weed all goddamn night in the club. Nigga, LA, you can smoke as much weed as you want. But if you're on Crenshaw and Slauson, LAPD gonna fuck with you. Oh, here. They talked about the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Mall, frequented by black and brown. No, by black people. Brown people, I don't hardly ever remember seeing too many Latino Americans supporting all those black businesses in the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza. As a matter of fact, ain't that many black people that go to the Baldwin Hills Mall. Because the Baldwin Hills Mall was always a terrible mall. One, you don't get harassed by the LAPD. Two, they never had shit up in that mall. See, if you're from LA, you know what I'm talking about. I'm about to give you a little LA lesson. Because I've seen news organizations try to talk about LA, and they try to use Baldwin Hills Mall as a litmus test for black LA. Now, yes, the Baldwin Hills Mall is in South Central. Yes, it's in a black area. But this mall wasn't never shit. Wasn't never a goddamn thing in that mall. It'd be a walking frustration going to that fucking mall trying to find something. Only thing this mall was good for was the warehouse music that was inside that motherfucker. And the food court. Black LA, if you wanted to get fitted up, you came over here to the Fox Hills Mall. They call it Westfield, Culver City now, but fuck that. If you're an LA nigga, it's the Fox Hills Mall. This is where Black LA got it popping right here. Still do. And yes, it's in Culver City, but this Fox Hills Mall has always meant a lot of taxes to Culver City. So even though the Culver City PD kind of fuck with black people, they always left us alone here at the Fox Hills Mall. The Fox Hills Mall is always a place you can come as a black person and still be predominantly black, and the police not really fuck with you. They fuck with you up there at the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza, but they didn't really fuck with niggas here at the Fox Hills Mall. This would be the one area that we can go and get a little bit of respite from dealing with them folks. You're right, Fetty TV, the baddie. Plus, yeah, this is where all the pretty ass, this is where all the women was. This is where all the chicks were. Fox Hills Mall. If you grew up in LA, nigga, you got stories about the Fox Hills Mall. And if you wanted a little bit of higher class, see, one thing about LA niggas, we got cars. It's not like, look, it's not like some of these other cities where where people are reliant on public transportation. LA's always had zones where the black people hang out. The other place black folks will go to when we wanted some shit, when we wanted to get fitted right and wanted to hang out at a mall and do some shit, the Beverly Center. Yes, it's in Beverly Hills, but the Beverly Center, especially on a Saturday, could easily be 50% black, especially on a Saturday. Especially back when they had that Grand Lux Cafe down there. Anybody from LA know? This Grand Lux Cafe that was here, this is where niggas hung out. This is where we hung out. But you know how cold these white folks are. Since black folks, the main thing that attracted black people to the Beverly Center was the Foot Locker, because this was the biggest Foot Locker in the city. It was this Foot Locker, it was the Macy's men's store, and it was this Grand Lux Cafe. Niggas love the Grand Lux. But what happened? I remember when the Lakers won that championship in 2010. I was at that game. My birthday. When they beat the Boston Celtics, Game 7. I was at that Laker game. Watched Kobe win his 5th and final championship. Where did niggas go after that Laker game? The Grand Lux. So in 2012, they shut the Grand Lux down. And they literally said, I can't find the article now because it's hard to find now, but they literally said they shut the Grand Lux down because it was attracting the wrong type crowd to the Beverly Center Mall. So they shut that shit down because it was too many niggas. It was the most profitable Grand Lux in the country, but Grand Lux got moved up out the Beverly Center, and then they shut that Foot Locker down and remodeled it to kick all the niggas out. So black folks didn't really even fuck with the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza like that, because we was either going to be at the Beverly Center, mostly the Fox Hills Mall, or we come way down here to the Delamo Mall. Oh, wrong. The fuck? Or we come down here to the Delamo Mall, biggest mall in the city, way down here in Torrance. That's where you're going to see black people. And the main niggas at the Delamo Mall was coming from Compton. A lot of your Compton niggas was coming over here to the Delamo. A lot of your West Side niggas, for the most part, stayed up here at the Fox Hills Mall and the Beverly Center. Because that Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza wasn't shit. It wasn't shit in this, man. Wasn't a goddamn thing in that Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza. So go through this article and they talk to you and basically confirmed everything that I said in my broadcast literally 2 weeks before this came out, about a month ago, on how the LAPD does black business. So just because you haven't heard it officially on the news don't mean a person's talking conspiracy theory. We have an issue with that as black people. When you hear a black person say it, all of a sudden it's conspiracy theory. Is I don't want to hear that. Oh, black people are always complaining. Yada, yada, yada. Yada, yada, yada. And then the minute a white run publication comes out and confirms it. Everybody that was going around calling conspiracy this, conspiracy that, they never come back to niggas like me and apologize and be like, man, Dwan, you was right. They just still be like, I don't care. I don't care. It sounded 70 years old. I want to be right, so I don't care. Don't be that hoe ass nigga, all right? Listen to information. Knowledge is power. Not just knowledge is power. We give you knowledge, but knowledge ain't power. The application of knowledge is power. So once you have some knowledge, apply it. There's some pictures from the last week over in Lamar Park. I was over in Lamar Park because, you know, Craig Facts, we on KBLA every Saturday from 5 to 6. 1580, the former K-Day. First hip-hop station in America was K-Day. Tavis Smiley now owns it. It's called KBLA. And we're there every Saturday. So sometimes after the show, we'll get out there in Lamar Park and just catch a vibe of the city. Holler at people. I don't know why I got the same picture over and over and over again. I thought I dumped in some other photos, but it's the same goddamn picture of Dozy in a World Stage Theater. But yeah, that's just something I wanted to point out to you guys. I had to do this follow-up broadcast because we literally just talked about this a few days ago. So I wanted to follow up to let you know that, hey, when you listen to me, you know, listen to somebody that just pulling some shit out of his ass. What's up, Jeff Brown in the chat room? Dida said, conspiracy theories are just spoiler alerts at this point. Ha! Yeah, so that's what I wanted to break down. Now I'm going to open it up to y'all and see what y'all talking about. What's up, Mama Zeke? I ain't been looking at the chat because I've been wanting to see. When I look at the chat, I lose my train of thought. And I wanted to make sure I had my train of thought throughout this whole broadcast so I can get that to y'all. Now, I'm gonna open up the phone lines. I want to hear what y'all thinking. I want to see what's on the vibration. I want to see what the vibration of the streets is. What y'all talking about? I know it's other things going on in y'all city. You know, salutes out to the black media. You got cats like Jason Black giving us the real deal nationally. You got Tariq out there. You got Professor Black Truth. You got people out there giving us the national perspective. It's on all of us that if you have a local perspective, you need to open up your own YouTube channel and get it out there. Especially if you have the ability to speak. Especially if you're scared. If you've been saying you're going to do your own YouTube thing for a long time, you're going to get your voice out there, but you've been scared, you've been hesitant, don't let fear stop you. We need tons of voices in black media that cares about us first. We need dozens, hundreds, hopefully. It can't rely on just a few people. Those brothers give us a national perspective, but we got to get people who can really get local. We need people like this in Chicago that can break down Chicago politics like boom. We need niggas in Atlanta that can break down Atlanta like, I'm talking about born and raised in Atlanta people. Not none of you dress wearing niggas that moved there in the last 10 years to get bent over and run through in your rectum. I'm not talking about y'all. Look, much respect to y'all. I ain't tripping. But all I'm saying is I want the Atlanta perspective from somebody who was around before Outkast became a thing. Somebody who was around like that long. Somebody whose grandparents was raised in Atlanta. We need niggas in Dallas doing this kind of work. We need niggas in Memphis. We got cats in Memphis. Shouts out to Brother Ronald Hurd. We All Be TV. I love listening to Ronald Hurd's broadcast, especially when he has Judge Joe Brown on, giving us that Memphis perspective. I appreciate it. I appreciate that you love the map breakdowns. I want to give y'all the map breakdown because, like, what's the best place to know? The best way this stuff is gonna stick in people's heads is if you know what you're looking at. You gotta know what you're looking at. So I want to give y'all, you know, accuracy. I want you to be able to look me up. When I say, look up my sources, look up what I say. Yeah, Drum Circle. Yeah, that's DeAndre. Drum Circle's dope. I love Drum Circle. I love Drum Circle. And I love Drum Circle. Like I said, I was just out there at the Drum Circle. Where is it? Oh, this is a little ramp I saw. They doing their best to shut down Drum Circle too. Because over there, back in that back area, they put a gate up around where Drum Circle used to be, so black folks just reposition the drums outside the gate. And we keeping the tradition going on in South Central. Got a lot of flavor in my city. What's up, Quanez? Yeah, go to the shop, Hotepish.com. I got a new website up. Hey, I've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes, but it's coming. I got some ads I'm about to start running for Hotepish, but I got the new website up. I got the new website up, y'all, and I got a sale with my new website. Free domestic shipping on all orders over $50. I relaunched because y'all been asking for it. I took this t-shirt off the website for a little bit, but it's back up. Fuller, Clark, Welsing, Van Sertima, Binyakinen. Celebrating our scholars on our chest. Black people don't owe anybody anything but an ass whooping. Dr. John Henry Clark. And also my Rebels for the Cause t-shirt. $29.99 for you fat niggas like me, 32. And we also got the hoodies. Got the John Henry Clark hoodies. I got the beanie. Reparations Now. Got a lot of stuff up on the website. Oh, Elliot Thomas, you want a Reparations Now hoodie? Okay, I'll make that. I don't have Reparations Now hoodies, but if that's what the people want, that's what the people gonna get. Shouts out to Star and Butter Love for buying t-shirts and putting them up on the website. I got a few more people that sent me in images. Send me look, I want y'all to help me out. See if you have a t-shirt, send a picture of you wearing it and send it in. I got more of these coming. I got a few more pictures people sent me the last couple days that I'm gonna put up on the website. I fear may have integrated my people into a burning house. But yeah, you want a Reparations Now hoodie? Nigga, I'll give you a Reparations Now hoodie. Yeah, I got the fat boy sizes up to 5X. Shit, I'm not gonna leave my people out. Shirts for fat niggas. It's a celebration, bitches. But yeah, I have free domestic shipping on all orders over $50. That means you buy 2 items, you get free shipping. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, 'tis the season for big niggas. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get the Reparations Now. I will put those on a hoodie and I will upload those up to the site. I'll do that sometime this week. Yes. Oh, and also I want to salute everybody that came through the incense and ashtrays last night. We did a dope breakdown. I've been more consistent. Join the Mixcloud, incense and ashtrays. We talking music over there. I did last week. We talked about doo-wop music, 80s power singers. We had a subject on that. I did some classics and their remakes last night. Cause Sunday night soulful and just chill. So Sunday night I get that soul mix down. Gonna get a little more funk on Friday and upbeat, but on Sunday night I make it real chill. Subscribe to the Mixcloud show. Because I break down the music better over there because I can play the music. I can't play the music on YouTube. YouTube won't allow me to play the music, so I can only talk to you about the music on YouTube. On Mixcloud, we get to play the music. And it's 90% music, 10% of me talking. Yeah, email if you have a picture of you wearing any of my attire that you bought, any clothes, hotepish@gmail.com. hotepish@gmail.com. Email me a picture of you rocking my merchandise so I can put it up on the website. Y'all about to start seeing some of these Hotepish ads pop up in y'all Facebook and Instagram feeds. We about to really push this thing to another level. The main reason why I have not been talking about investing in Bitcoin like a lot of other people have is because I'm at a point to where I'm investing in myself. I'm mining what's in my mind as the Bitcoin mine. I'm the Bitcoin. I'm the Bitcoin. Yeah, I got a Spotify. It's all in my link tree. If you go to my link tree is in the description box. I have a Spotify where I upload about my interviews of Incense and Ashtrays. And I have 2 playlists. I got a funk soul list and a soul jazz playlist. Both on Spotify. And I got my... Hell yeah, thank you, Butter Love, for being in the Incense and Ashtrays last night. Well, we talked that real stuff about music history. You know what I mean? Salute to everybody that's out there mining Bitcoin and making investments, but I'm at that point right now where I'm investing in myself. Like every dime that I get goes back into what I do. So I'm about to really start pushing some ads out for the show and also for the t-shirts. I would love for y'all to support. Also, I got my new live drum sample packs coming up on livedrumsamples.com. I'm about to take over that industry. Cause I'm frustrated with what I hear on the drums in a lot of these songs. I'm like, man, fuck that. I gotta do my own. That funk documentary's coming later. That's just in the beginning stages. Yeah, DeAndre, they've been trying to close drum circles now for about 7 years. But the black folks are like, okay, y'all gonna close down the park? We'll just play the drums outside the park. But yeah, this has been Incense and Ashtrays. I thank y'all for joining me, for joining us. Chuck Norris said, you high as hell? Well, I'm about to get high as hell too. I don't smoke in my office. So I'm about to get the fuck up out of my office and get to smoking, you dig? Follow Incense and Ashtrays. I'm going to do another broadcast later on this week. I'm going to be breaking down different producers, different artists, different sounds. Because overall, Incense and Ashtrays, I'm giving y'all the music history because there's been a cultural attack on us. And the attack, I still believe the white supremacists are behind it. But we've been seeing a lot of people from the Caribbean coming out trying to claim our music. And if all we know is hip hop, if all you know is who your top 5 rapper is, they're going to be able to lie and dominate you in an argument with their lies. You got to know more than who your top 5 favorite rappers are. You got to know where the music comes from, its roots. So in Incense and Ashtrays, I'm really breaking down the roots. I'm giving you the names, the dates, and the songs, and what to listen for. I'm not saying trust DwannBrown. I'm giving you my scholarship, how I learned. Because I don't see now. I see 50 years from now. 50 years from now, I want black children 50 years from now to have a cultural legacy that's all their own, where we don't have to share. They always make us share our greatness, but we be the only ones getting targeted by the LAPD. We be the only ones getting targeted by the government. They only target us, but everything we do great, we got to share with other groups. Hell no. No. We are a unique people that have done unique things. And we must preserve that and leave a cultural legacy for the children coming that are after we're long dead and gone. Peace out, Sherelle Bryan. Peace out, Delano L. Everybody in the chat room. Emmanuel, thank y'all. Bloodsport, Chuck Norris. Remember this, there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those who are willing to pick up the game. My name is Dwan. We out.